Hello. I had to say hello real quick because I wasn't sure. Well, I knew I needed to clear my throat. I just didn't want that to be the first sound on stream today. Was me clearing my throat when I could have stayed muted for an extra second or two. So I decided to go with hello. Welcome to stream. Let's see how this goes today. Hopefully we can figure out who people are, and if I'm not feeling it today, we'll switch to something else. Maybe Stardew Valley, maybe I really, really, and I can't begin to tell you how much I want to do this. Want to play some GTA on stream because it's one of my favorite games. One of the first games I've ever beat. I say first games. I don't think I've beat that many games in my life. I've beat Minecraft in the sense that I've played and taken out the dragon guy, the Ender Dragon. That's what they're called. Haven't played recently, so there's some monsters I haven't encountered yet. Whatever that pale forest guy, I don't know. Anyways, I've beat like Minecraft. I beat Abe's Odyssey back in the day. I think it's Abe's Odyssey 3 or something like that. And of course a few games here on stream, like the Case of the Golden Idol, the Rise of the Golden Idol, and its associated DLC. I've played through all that. I've 100%ed that. I've played and beat. Oh, that's something I could do on stream. I have played and beat Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I had to borrow a friend's N64 to do that way back in the day. But I did that. So I want to play a game that I. But GTA is one of those games where I played all of GTA 3 and have beat it, and I haven't. But it requires a console for the most part until recently, where they said, okay, we can put it on PC too, and so and not have it be so buggy and whatnot. Anyways, I would like to play GTA Online, but I don't know if my internet can handle streaming and playing GTA Online, so that becomes an issue. Anyways, let's get going with today's stream of this weird game, which I do love. I just don't know how well it sits overall. I don't know how well it sits in general with everything. Okay, I guess we're going to where this guy died. This is a fun game. It's uh sad, if we'll call it that. So he was dead up here. He looked goofy. Hello, and thank you very much. I'm glad you could be here. Oh my goodness, it's Tiny Pants. So Queen Jazz, up Tiny Pants. Okay. I like how there's nothing new at this point. Like, sure, they caught this weird fish. Oh, they caught a mermaid. That's what it was. Anyways, hello, Tiny Pants. All the Tiny Pants excitement. Yes, it's been a minute since you've been here, so I'm excited that you're here. And that's awesome. This game, I don't know how much you've seen of this game or the last time you were here, but we're here to try and identify everyone and how they died, and who they were killed by potentially, if that was the situation. They apparently have been catching mermaids, and that caused issues. Like, there's at least one or two here. There's three here. And this guy is no longer with us. I assume he got spiked by them, which also caused issues. Valid. Weird fish and mermaid. Definitely same thing. We're starting a new chapter. Okay. Or no, just we found another part of this chapter. Maybe. Oh my goodness, is Maya. Hello. Maybe don't pick up things you don't know what they are. Just want to throw that out there. Don't catch a mermaid. They're actually here to drown you, if anything. Don't do it. Don't do the stupid thing. In any case, we're here trying to identify who everyone is. And I really thought this guy died much later, but no, it looks like he died now. So we'll have to fix some of our mistakes. Hello, I am the stars. Oh my goodness, glad you could be here. We are going to continue on, because I don't know who this guy is, though I think it's one of the Chinese guys. Yeah, that's who this guy is. Also, my heater's turned off. I understand that it is summer and it is definitely 90 degrees outside, but inside is a different ball game, and I always have a heater on. Always. So we can see that this person in this scene, or at least the two people in this scene, the ones who are now dead, as you know, they were in these pictures. But this is like a picture of everyone who's on this ship to begin with. This is an ill-fated ship. Bad time to be on the ship. We already know how the ending went. We're just working our way to how everything went wrong. There was a kraken. I will say that. It was just trying to touch everything and try and figure it out. But when something that large does that, because it's just investigating, it just crushes people, and that's what happened. It's not angry; it's just curious. But curiosity, on our scale, from something that big, is just death. So I don't blame the kraken. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't blame the kraken. I'm just saying they were at a bad space at the wrong time. All right, let's find our next deck guy. Oh, This is a being? No. I can't get over here. Oh my goodness. Let me go. Oh, I don't have to worry about. Okay, and then she's gone. We lost a lot of our Chinese delegates. Curiosity killed everything, indeed. All right, let's see where she started off or ended up at. I understand that it's probably loading up something, but also like I'm standing right here. Her body's going to be right here. I'm going to be upset. All that just to say, hey, here's the body that you're about to investigate. All right, let's hear it. Okay, so that was not a good time. Oh, that feels new. So they got. Oh. Was there a power up? Did it call for them when they opened this box? Did they steal this treasure chest? And is that why everyone who was on this little venture died? Wow. Oh, there's another guy right here. This. Oh. It looks like he got hit in the neck with whatever that is. Oh man, there's so many more people. This guy doesn't seem to be dead though. He just seems to be cowering. But he opened this and this summoned them or killed them. I'm not sure. There are so many more people here than we see at the end. Holy cow. And then, oh, there's another boat over here. Oh, there are more than just two of these boats. In fact, there's another oar over here. It took away my visibility. Okay, who is this and how did they die? Magic. Or the magic of mermaids. I do know that we can always go see. There we go. Who everyone is, and we can go parse who they all are. Excuse me, I had a cough, which I've been doing a lot today, and I don't appreciate that. So, let's see where. Oh, here's a problem. Here's the problem I have. I don't always know or can decipher what name is masculine and feminine in Chinese. And so we got these people, I don't know who they are. But we do know they're from China. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that may have been there, but no, there's like one black dude. That's not accurate. Not to mention we have the Formosa, which I don't know what Formosa is. You know what? And I can't just, you know what? We'll use my phone to look up what that is. Formosa. Because it feels like something I should know. Because the names look interesting. Like, they look. Oh. My brain's trying to give me something, and it's like, but what if not? So we're going to find out what Formosa is. Formosa. Okay. What if it's like old school, like Korea or something like that? Oh, Taiwan. It's Taiwan. Okay, no wonder. I was like, their names seem familiar, but I don't want to say where it might be from because they kind of look familiar. Okay, so it is Taiwan. But Formosa was a short-lived state that existed in 1895 on the island of Taiwan. It was established by local people and Qing supporters who wanted to prevent Japan from taking over Taiwan. All right. Learned a little bit of something. We're here for education. We love this. All right. Fantastic. So that's not helpful. Kind of is, but also not at all. But we'll come back. We'll come back. But we do know that this guy was absolutely murdered. He was actually executed specifically. So we'll see. Hello, picture of a crook. Hello. We're doing this until I'm like not vibing with it because that's how it goes sometimes. All right. So the scene that we have currently is that there were mermaids. Some people got killed. He opened this thing, and I don't know if it killed them or what, but there are some not alive people. This dude's definitely harpooned. This guy, he seems to have been. Oh, he was stabbed in the neck. I don't know. I just feel like he's not going to have a head, but we'll see. We'll see. This guy's not dead. He's cowering, but valid. This person is definitely harpooned in the throat, and she is stabbed. Probably because she hugged one of those. I don't know. But there are other boats around here. So we got, some oars. I was trying to see if there was any more over here, but they took me out of it. So, and then there's one more. So there's at least 2 to 3 more boats. So let's see where this takes us. Yes, this guy. This is fun.
You still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
Okay, so Nichols is on the boat. She stabbed him. Yeah, it seems like she stabbed him, or I don't know what else is happening over here. Is he the one that died? I can never remember where we are with all this. Okay, yeah, so she got harpooned. Unfortunate. She cut his throat. He's still cowering, or he's already dead. Unsure. I think he's just cowering, acting like he's not there. Honestly, smart. He is being pulled under. So, about time is what I'm going to call this. So, the guy Nichols, the one that I already have as Nichols, he definitely died here. Okay. I don't know how I figured that out. Okay. O'Hagan, you still breathing? Okay, so we do know there's a guy, O'Hagan. I think this might be him. In which case, we have an O'Hagan on the ship, so let's go find him. Patrick O'Hagan. How did he die though? I think he was maybe stabbed or spiked. He wasn't knifed. He was definitely, maybe he was clawed. Sure, by a terrible beast. That works. Don't know who she is still. And okay. But we do have 4 memories of her. Oh, this is Formosan royalty. Okay, that's helpful, but not that helpful because again, I'm not good at deciphering what's a masculine name and a feminine name. But she is Formosan. She is one of the Formosans, so that's really cool. Okay. Oh, we still have the person who was harpooned through the throat.
Keep rowing! Where is it? Where?
Bang in
Something
the
there!
chest.
Here's a weapon! Shoot it! Mike!
Miss Lim.
Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
Okay, so is this Miss Lim, and then this is... I don't think this is Bing. I think this is Bing, actually. Okay. That is unfortunate. Also, what amazing aim. That is on target for his death. Why is this guy tied up? Was he being used as bait? What? That's crazy time. This dude's already been harpooned. This guy is being consumed, I guess. Being dragged down at the very least. Someone got stabbed in the throat. And he, I'm guessing, is the one that opens this, or no. Oh, this is the guy that ends up opening that, I think. He apparently can cut his ropes loose. He does look happy, or he knows the solution. Unsure. Everything that could go wrong on this ship has gone wrong. This is a lesson in Murphy's Law. Also, reasons I don't want to go on a ship sometimes. Especially with people who are too curious about stuff. You think you hear a siren? You think you hear some singing off in the distance? No, you didn't. Just keep on driving that boat. Don't even stop. Just keep on going. That's your death calling for you. Don't follow it. You can ignore it. Put on some headphones. We all have earbuds of some type at this point. Also, why are you out in the middle of the ocean? Don't do that. Don't do that if you can help it. At the very least, I was going to say the Atlantic Ocean, but either way, it's still deep, but it's not as deep as the Pacific Ocean. I didn't know the Pacific Ocean was so deep, like aggressively deep. Train wreck. I love that name. Oh no, train wreck poop cruise. That's what this story is based on, is the train wreck poop cruise. I love it. Sounds like a hot mess. Sounds like a hot mess. Okay, so we do have some names. We have Miss Lim, which I think we've only seen one female in all of this, aside from the mermaids, in which they don't have names. This person is speaking Russian. We have Russian, English. We do know one of these people is Irish, so of course they're speaking, English on some level. But we do have Formosan. Okay. So let's see. We can decipher. Okay. This is Miss Lim. I was too ambitious with my scrolling. Bunlan. I forget that it doesn't scroll like you think you should. Well, first of all, we're not trying to figure out who they are. They are obviously an issue. Still not sure how she died though. We'll go with spiked, or maybe speared. Not sure. Maybe we'll go with spiked. And then we have Bing, who is that him? I think he was taken over by whatever this flame thing is. Okay, so she was calling out to him, so I'm making bold assumptions here, all right? This may not be correct. It being okay. Yeah. I don't know how he died though either. So maybe she was eaten. We'll go with unknown for him. I do want to go back to her, and I do. She may have been chewed upon. Um, I love that it's that you said gnawing on her, which cracks me up. So she was chewed, eaten by. How do you determine a beast versus enemy? Like that feels weird. Okay, but she. So this must be being. We know how. So how was he killed? He no. He was. I just don't know. That's a weird one. He was the last one alive, though. He. What are our options here? He was. Well, I don't think he was exploded. Maybe he was, because he was on fire. But I don't know if exploding is really the terminology we want to go with. Um, I don't think exploded is it. He wasn't electrocuted. He expired. Nope, not from old age. Don't do that. That's not what that means. Okay. Burned. I did three more in a row. Yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. I don't fully know what this last page means. It just maybe feels like we're filling out a whole bunch of death certificates. I don't know. But we did three more correct, which means we have so many more incorrect still. So that's fun. Let's go look at the calling again since that's where we are. We haven't even gotten all of those, but we still have this guy. He was not Claude, so let's look at him again. Uh, who's Nichols? Who's Nichols? Which means we don't have her still. We don't have her yet. She was not correct. It seems like maybe the spear went through her. I have it. Hold on. Maybe she was spiked. We'll go with spiked. That feels accurate. Nope, not speared, spiked. There we go. And then he was definitely Claude. I want to look at the scene again. Because we have this guy who is definitely speared. He breaks the ropes. Or cuts through the rope. He was speared through the neck. She was... I didn't mean to do that. We'll see more of this scene. Okay. Let's see.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert.
As you continue to speak.
No chance against the Obra Dinn.
Be quiet, yells across the boats.
monsters!
Okay. So he narrowly avoided that. Absolutely avoided that. So they weren't supposed to be on the Obra Dinn. They ended up being passengers, I assume, because they were picked up. Um, things were good. She was also a prisoner. Again with the impeccable aim. I am impressed. Okay. I wonder if this is Nichols. Okay. So this was a time. So the one we did get was Nichols. No, it was, yeah, we got both him and it being Sia. Okay. We still don't know how she died. Because she was always down. But yeah, they were both prisoners. He freed himself, got burned when he opened the chest. Apparently that burned them. Um he wasn't Claude or this isn't Patrick. Hard to tell. Who is this and how did they die? They are here. They are here. Okay, so these two, we know who she is at the very least. We know who he is. Definitely. Um okay. What is this, not an X? Okay. Um this is Nichols. You know, that's not what I wanted to do, but this is fine. Okay. Is this his stupid hat? I feel like his hat would be somewhere. You know how when people have their hat because they have a special position, they want to wear it all the time or they keep it close? No one has a hat on, which feels like a questionable move on the ocean, especially so close to the equator. Um, so let's see. This does look like Nichols. This looks like the first mate. But maybe not. This looks like a guy we've never seen before. I want to go look at the first the photos. That's extremely weird. That's very weird. Well, I'm glad you could watch it on your phone. I don't know what's going on with your TV then. um, that is very strange. Formosan royalty. We don't know if she was actually spiked. I don't know how she died. And then he was spiked and he was put to death. Nothing good happened to the Formosans, but honestly, that's for everyone on this ship. Nothing good happened to them. How they made it to port somewhere is crazy. I forget to move fast in these pictures. Okay, so the guy next to, so this is Nichols. Maybe he was drowned. We know he was clubbed by someone. This is the other guy. Okay, he's another one of the gunner people. We know this is first mate. He killed the captain at the end of this book. Uh, we do know he was speared through the throat. By a beast. It was not a human. We don't know who he is unless we know what other gunners do. Yeah, no. No, not seeing it. We'll have to come back to him. We have 5 memories of this guy. First memory is when he was sick and he was back. Oh, that's not what I want. This guy, he was fine, and then we also have. There's definitely a better way to do this. Let's see the other memories. Okay, that's. I don't know how I have such poor mouse aim, but I do. So he was here at the. Well, obviously he was here at the murder, but then we also have the calling, and he was also here at the. He's doing too much. He shows up too many places. He survived a lot, but not that much apparently. Which is interesting. What is the murder? Is this the one that? Okay, so that's part of this whole thing. So this is going through the events of this. We don't have this correct, apparently. We don't have that. Unknown Stewart. Okay. We don't know which one actually was the killing shot, I guess. But we do know that he was shot with a gun. He was executed. And he was of the Formosan. Okay. Good. Nice to know that. The one violinist, the one musician on this ship is murdered somehow. I wish I could play these again. I mean, I guess I could if I just knew where their bodies were lying to do this. All right, let's continue on. We have our. Trying to see. Okay, I think we can still continue to investigate this. Okay, so there are some people who are still alive, so that's nice to know. So maybe Nichols didn't die at first. These are the people I don't know about, or the people who didn't die. This feels like the guy that was not. He disappeared in the calling. Okay. So he wasn't there later. Okay. So we can go back and watch these again. See if we can figure out. Let's see. I want to watch these again. This is Nichols, theoretically.
Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield! Hold your fire!
Okay. Did I realize there was a whole other boat back here? No. So she's still back here. She is bleeding though, but from what? I thought maybe there was something with the rope or but that's the oar and the rope that, attaches stuff. And they're the dead ones. But they have this rock something other. That's fascinating. We've been seeing something off in the distance somewhere around here about that. Was she shot? I don't know if she was shot. But he was killed. He speaks English. Because that can kind of help you determine who someone is sometimes. The chest is still here, so why did they shoot him and who shot him? Oh. Does that look like one of the Formosans or the Chinese guys? I know I can't tell because the fidelity of these images not great. We're looking at dots, literally dots. I wonder if this was you're still in my treasure or something. I don't know what's up with that. This guy, he was burned. We know that for sure. Okay. Okay. We're just going backwards through this because I feel like we can solve this one. We have enough names. Well, we already know who he is anyway. He expired. Not from old age. Okay, so this boat hasn't really changed. Except for the fact that we can see the shiny in this site too. We still don't have a clue about what happened to her because she stayed down. She wasn't grabbed by anyone, but she also couldn't move. Okay. Because we know what happened to the other guy. We know the last guy got shot. He opened it, but this person knew that they were there. They were close enough, at least. It's like he opened Pandora's box. Turns out this is what happened to the whole ship. They opened Pandora's box, and death became them. There we go. I couldn't think of the word I was thinking of. I think she may have accidentally gotten speared. Maybe not. She wasn't spiked. I think she may have got run through or shot. It's hard to tell. Speared by a beast. Unsure. She's doing well. We know that. So, either she was speared or she was strangled, but there's blood. And usually don't have blood from strangling. She wasn't torn apart, I don't think. I feel like it would be more gruesome. Maybe clawed and she just bled out, but we don't see that much blood either. I don't know. I'm really confused by her. They opened the chest. You can hear them all kind of catch fire and gasp as they go into pain. But she's already dead at that point. Let's work our way back, I guess. There's another one here. We just can't see them. There was a guy, but I assume he's... Okay, who are you? I'm pretty sure Nichols was shot with a gun. By maybe the last Formosan guy. I don't know.
You still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake.
Nichols may have shot her in his effort to take them out, but because there was one behind her. Oh, she was gnawed upon. She wasn't eaten fully, but she was definitely kind of torn apart, or I guess could have been clawed. I'm going to stick with clawed. I feel like that's the most accurate. And he's one of the ones that's listed as missing, isn't he? This guy, he was drowned by a beast. Don't exactly know who he is, but he is definitely being pulled under. That's Nichols. I think he's the one who got shot. So let's go. I think he got shot. I think he was shot with a gun. We don't have 3 correct still. I don't like that. Did I not say by a... Oh, who shot him? Knowing what we know about the Formosans, we know that these 3... I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know. I don't think that's accurate. But this person's glowing thing is in their chest. This is before they open the chest. Okay. Yeah, this guy's being dragged down. Huh. He was the last one standing. Okay. He was shot. I don't know who he was shot by. I'm not going to assume. Okay. We have so many memories of him. But I guess a lot of them are from the calling itself. Okay. Okay, so then this guy, he's not dead. He's unknown whereabouts. He was attacked? How did this guy die? Was he strangled? I feel like strangling someone else is not necessary. Was he strangled? But he was also over here too. I think she's correct. I think he may have been... You know what? We're going to have to find out. Let's go back. Let's see about his death. Okay. I actually think that's where we started from. Okay. We're going to watch this one more time. This is Nichols' death. He was the one that was shot. Okay. I want to be able to check his Okay.
Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield! Hold your fire!
But they somehow managed to get the chest closed again. Interesting. Then there's the boat back here. Fascinating. Okay. I want to see. After these creatures all died, I wonder if he pushed everyone off into the ocean, but somehow kept 3 of the mermaids and her for some reason. Maybe she was a princess or something. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay. Let's go to him. Because he played the part of killing someone else. But at least we know who he is. Okay. Yeah, that person's already gone. That was right here next to him. And everyone else except for her. So that means he had to get rid of them, or maybe he fed everyone to the flame. I don't know. That's crazy. But he's over here like, I got some treasure. You didn't talk about the rest of it, though. But then he also got shot, so that's on him, too. But the fact that they left her here is fascinating. Was she strangled? Well, I mean, they were clawing at her, but and she didn't look like she was being strangled. Okay. So this guy, so the guy that was behind him, was that him? That's the guy that was speared through the neck. He had to get past this guy?
You still breathing? Can you roll?
No, he cannot.
Shoot them for God's sake!
So the only one with the gun is this guy right here. This is definitely O'Hagan. He was suffocated, strangled. By a beast. After he said, Nichols, shoot. What if he was actually strangled by the dude? I don't know if that's really the move that we want to... Like, I don't know what him here was about. What do y'all think? I don't think that's it. O'Hagan. Okay. Okay. Let's go back over here. Maybe she was shot. Shot with a gun. By Nichols. And this guy was, because Nichols is over here cowering. I still don't fully understand what's happening here. Like, unless that's O'Hagan here. And that's a problem with this, is that who are you really looking at any given moment? I don't know. We'll figure out who. We'll get more definitive answers. Okay. And then where to next? Where to next? This is the chapter after? Okay, so he was struck by lightning. Can't do anything about that activity. I was hoping that we would be able to see people's faces and maybe decipher who they might be. Where are you reaching to, my guy? He's also climbing up to... So I wonder if some of these people are the Chinese delegate that were here. Like, these two guys might be the Chinese ones. This is based purely on their clothes, because it looks kind of like traditional clothes. While everyone else looks like they're probably from Europe. Okay. So there must have been a terrible thunderstorm. Oof. So this might be part of the Chinese delegate. Okay. All right. What else do we have to look at? Let's go down. We've been out here. We've seen the corpse of... Unfortunately, he's famous because he was pooping when he died. And we have the weird monsters. This guy who got spiked and was still standing. And then we have the guy that was back here who is now dead. It's hard to keep track of all the death. And also there's blood splatters back here. Not sure why, but I guess it could have been that guy. Let's check the other side. Because we're supposed to be finding someone else who's dead somehow. Which maybe we're going to. Or maybe we're just going to find some planks. Oh, there's a whole workshop over here. Okay. Okay, we can go on through. Cool. This is a armory, I guess. Oh, we can go through that. I thought that was not available. Was I wrong? That's not a door. At least not something I can go through. I can't open those. That's fine. Let's see if there's anything else to discover on this level before we go down another one. Yeah, that was terrible. I think we already looked at... Oh, no. This is something different. This is... laundry? I don't know what this is, but it's a thing. Okay, let's go down then. We have a padlock on this one. And, oh, we got bones. Chapter 5.
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness is
We've seen this apparently.
20 years, my steward, and never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those ungodly beasts carry a curse.
Okay, so this is where they brought in the mermaids, and I guess they they combined themselves with people or something. I don't know what happened.
All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think. Where's the rest of his leg?
Valid. Okay, so that's what this is. Why is this dude tied up? I'm so confused by the behaviors of these people. They're blocking the path. Ugh. Okay. I guess I can't go through these doors during the scenes. That means that this was when they were bringing the people from those boats off. Okay. And I guess the mermaids that they had maybe possessed either the dead ones or I think these two were the ones that were possessed or something. Anyways, then they become the spider crab guys. I think that's what this is. Hard to tell. There's the rest of his leg, by the way. Okay. I was thinking that if they brought down that chest, then somewhere down here is that chest of treasure, theoretically. Okay, we got bottles. This is the alcohol area. This is storage. So that's fun. You know, there are ways we can look at where we are and then see what it is. So we can take a look at the ship. We are 2 floors down. So maybe... Okay, we're at the lowest point. Okay, so passenger cargo. This is the lazarette. Okay. This is currently where we are. Interesting. Okay. So this is where they were talking about putting things in people, I guess. Put them in the lazarette. I assume this is another lazarette. Oh. Hey there. There's a spider crab in here. Okay, so he was... Okay, so maybe those mermaids did shift into this form. And then they grabbed this guy. That's how he ended up dead, even though he shot... I think he shot... I think he shot it. I can't can't. Okay, so this guy got crabbed. So maybe they just pick up people to be shields or something in their crab form. So that's new. Okay. So that's legit the last one of this Soldiers at Sea story. There's a lot going on. So we have a lot of parts to this one. We have unholy captives. We have what if this guy's still alive? Do we know anything about him? He disappeared during the calling. Okay. Okay. When did they have the execution? That's my biggest question. So the execution was in part 3. Part 2 is the bitter cold. That's where someone was sick. Okay. Who is this guy? Let's see. I feel like where do they just remove people's names when they die or something, or is this who we have checked off even though it's not correct? I think when we find who's dead, they remove the name. Oh, okay. Like we don't see the we don't see the captain anymore because he's dead. We already know he's dead. We also don't see the first mate because he's also dead. Which all these people here are somehow wrong in some form or fashion. Which means this guy, who I thought was the one that was killed, is not necessarily dead. Okay. Nice to know that. This is good information. Okay, so there's this guy. We can't see what's over there. He's fighting. Who lost his leg? Was it this guy that lost his leg? I feel like he was pincered. His leg was pincered off. He doesn't seem to be stabbed. I'm trying to see what that is. No, that's just like something around his neck. Okay. But this guy... Is he the one from Sierra Leone? This is... Nope. Let's go to Unholy Captives. Let's go through... we don't even have an entry for this guy. I don't know, but this guy kind of looks black to me. He has a few more dots in his complexion. Okay. What do we think about this guy? Once again, hard to tell. It's always hard to tell. You end up looking at people, you're like, I've seen that guy 12 times, but it's like 3 different dudes. Okay, so we've at least discovered everyone here and that they're dead. There's no missing people. They all died. Probably because it happened in the lowest part of the ship. Okay. Cool. I love how we got there by looking at that guy. That crab, spider crab thing. This is not useful. I thought that was a door. I was real prepared. It is not a door. There's no doors here. And then we have locked doors, which I suppose we can't access until later. Or never. Unsure. Anything we can see in there? It doesn't look like we can see anything in there. And that's fine. There's that guy's foot. Unfortunate placement. Not on his body. There's no going down. So I guess we need to start going into doors that I didn't know we could go into. This is where dead people were. And I guess they were alive at one point too. This is where they killed the cow. And the guy couldn't handle it. A workshop that we got to from a different route. Let's go this way. This is this where the okay, this is where that is. Okay. Cool. That's where the dead body is out there. We don't have anything in there. We don't have any cages filled with anything. We've already looked at them and their unfortunate ends. I guess that means we can go up. Okay. Very different scenes. Oops. I was trying to open the door. Sorry. Which also tells me someone out here definitely killed themselves, because there's an option for suicide, which is unfortunate. But a reality in this case. This is the poop deck, I'm assuming. What a terrible place to have meetings while someone's over there letting loose. Okay. Okay. Let's continue on. Yeah, clear. Great. Love that. We know that there's a body in there. We know there's nothing in here. We know that there's a skeleton in here. We know that story. Still trying to figure that out. I really don't want the door to close on me, but it did anyway, so I may as well go all the way in. Okay. Let's go out. Let's go across the way. Check these. Nothing in there. For some reason, this person had to sleep with a cannon. Well, I guess not for some reason. But they did, and that's their life now, or death. Take your pick. 2 people crushed by cannons and or shot by a thing. A cannon. Point blank in the head. So not a good time. An emergency poop ending in death from Kraken. And then we got this door. I can't move this. I can't get in there. Why? I want to. It's right there, so that's weird that I can't get in. Oh, well, no, it's still weird that I can't get in. Okay. Well, let's go this way. So we went down that side with all the bat death. And this guy, I don't exactly remember what happened to him. Let's find out.
What's going on?
Stay back! It's already going for Nick.
Hey, come on, boss. No, get there. Hey, cat.
I don't have any recollection of this. Oh, wait. Okay. This is more of this story. Okay, so he got speared. He barely didn't. He happened to be kneeling and managed to dodge, I think, or he was also unfortunate that they both got hit. He was definitely spiked. Okay. What a terrible event. He's not dead. What you doing over here, guy? You're a little bit far away from the bad guy. Honestly, not a terrible idea. Let's see what's happening up here. Oh. You walk up and you're immediately faced with that guy. That's a little bit terrifying. Okay, so this guy definitely fell from on high. But they also have giant spears. But he was definitely struck by lightning. That's an unfortunate thing that happened. This guy... he was definitely speared. Okay, so we actually got this guy right. They already got Nick. What a monster. What an absolute monster. Oh, I didn't realize there's a guy hiding back here. Honestly, smart too. I stand by that activity. Okay, anyone else over here? Would like to get past you, sir. Thank you. Yep. Oops. No one's hiding back here. Honestly, they'd never find me again on this ship. They would notice some food going away, but then just never get found again. Where's my way out? That's really what I'm looking for. Because none of these people are dead yet. This one's about to be. I can't imagine he dodges that. He's definitely about to be dead. I'll say, okay, so we can't go down any further because I feel like that would tell us more of the story too, if we could see what was happening at that point. Really, where's my door out? Or do I have to click on someone else? But we already know about this guy. And this guy's not dead. Shoot yourself out of the cannon. Yeah, that's not a guy. I think that's the crab actually, like, possessed by the guy. Oh, this is new. So there was the guy that got struck by lightning. He's falling here. Okay. This is... I guess Nick is the first one. The chaos of what's happening cracks me up. Okay. Yeah, like it looks like these are part of the whole mermaid thing. But that happens after this. Maybe. I don't think that's Nick. I think this is Nick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Nick. He's about to get this one. Um, this is the guy with the goat. He's just here for animal handling. Um, yeah, that's something. It's part of the whole mermaid thing, I'm sure, because the spikes are similar. I don't know. I don't fully know what's going on here because it's really upsetting overall. Maybe it's people that have fallen. Like these are the people that were actually taken off the boat. But I don't know. I don't know. Some grok guy, indeed. Maybe that's how they look like human or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. It's definitely upsetting though. So that guy, so the guy didn't die here. That guy died elsewhere. Uh, we've checked that way. I mean, I feel like I've checked all the ways, but we gotta keep looking. We know we can't get through there. So let's go up. We've already checked all the bodies up here. There's a bell. I thought maybe I could get out there and there's a body out there, but no. I don't know. We know that dude was struck by lightning. Right? Villagers, it's time for you to go home. I wish I could. I wish I. Oh, grog guy equals frog guy. No, I like grog guy because that the look of him just gives grog. Is there something I can climb to reach? Because we know this guy is part of the people who are trying to escape. And look, we have the same thing that the mermaids had over there. So that's peculiar too. We know that's from the last fight. Can I go in here? Yes, I can. There's nothing in here. Love that. Can't go in here probably. Yeah. But I think it just connects maybe over here. Yeah, that's a different room where we've already discovered the captain, who actually ends himself because he lost his wife. And then, but the captain also took out these two guys that were actually ninjas. No, they aren't actually ninjas, but they definitely behaved as such. The one guy fell from up here, dropped down, said, "Let me take him out." He got stabbed to death. And then this guy, he came rushing in. Bad time for him. He got shot by the captain, standing out here with that guy that's now on the floor in there. This is the guy that was executed.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Quiet.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire.
So That's Miss Lim. That's it being. Who's Nunzio? Let's go follow this again. Because this is the one I was like, I don't even know what's going on.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here? Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things. Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Okay. There were at least 3 people here. Do we think this is Nunzio? But Nichols. That's Nichols. Who else is around here that we just didn't see? Okay. I cannot get past these people. Let me free. Okay, so going in here, that someone was trying to steal this. Is that Nunzia? You know, this feels like a Nunzia. Someone who plays the violin would have a name like that, I think. Nunzia. Nunzia who? Pasqua. Italy. Okay. He was clubbed by Nichols. Nichols was on a roll. I will say that. He's been trying to get this. But what was actually said was that this... Okay, wait. Who are you? He was stabbed. Okay, let's fix that. He was stabbed. Knifed. By Nichols. In which case... Who are you? And how did they just blame one of this murder on the Formosan guy? Because that's what it's seeming like. Like, he wasn't anywhere near here. Unless he was. Who are you? He was definitely clubbed. Let's see. First bait. This is... Okay, let's see. There's only 3 parts to this. We have Nunzio Pasqua, who was stabbed by Nichols. And then he was shot not by Nichols, but by someone on the firing squad. Unknown. And then he was found. We only have 3 dead. There's that guy. There's this guy. Who are you? How do I find him? Because this looks like the Italian, but I don't know. This is such an interesting question. Maybe he's not actually dead. He looks dead. Okay, let's see if we can see any more information. How can you do this? Load her up. We better push off. We best push off. Let me go. Get her up here, y'all. Give her up here, y'all. Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. So Nichols was the one that was trying to... Oh, can I go upstairs? No, I can't go up here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so... This is the other part of that. Okay. The first part.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here? Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things. Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Okay, so that's what happened. Okay. So he did see that someone was down. He acted like he was going to come help him with his step. He ends up getting stabbed and he dies. Nichols, you're a bad guy. Okay. Nice to know that's how that actually went. Like, I kind of got it before, but I definitely got... So he didn't know... My thought was that was the Formosan guy. That's not he. Dies in the firing squad.
You have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale. As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir.
That's Nichols right there. That's Mr. Wolf. That's the captain. This is Nichols. You're the worst, Nichols. Just want to throw that out there. The one that shot him that actually ended his life actually came from first mate. Okay. No. It's not first mate. Ooh, who was that? That was... Is it this guy? No. It was... Hang on. We're going to find this out real quick. Because we know his name. We know his name already. Oh, we don't know his name, but we know how he died how he died and who killed him. But we don't know who he actually was. That's first mate. That's the one that's laying outside over yonder. Because he got shot. But he was also there too. Who is he? He's in a lot of memories. Because he was here from the beginning. Okay, so we see him, I guess if we're looking at the same set of pictures, he's here. What are these people who were the gunmen? That's always the question I have. Okay, so yeah, it's this guy that ended his life. The one with the beanie. How do we go about finding out who he is? Let's see. He's not part of this, so that's interesting. He is part of this set of pictures. What about him? This is the bald man. It's this guy next to him. Nichols. He got shot. Who would shoot him? Would it be one of these guys? These two are already dead. Well, they haven't died yet. But they end up dead in the next chapter. But one of these guys. Ooh. How did he die? This is in the first mate's flat. Are you the first mate? No. No, you aren't. You ended up behind there. Oh. Hello, Rooster. Look at these boys. Look at these. Just hanging out with the boys. Was he the one drawing all this? Okay. I wonder if... Oh, he looks dumb. So it looks like the Chinese came to the Formosans, whether they were trying to keep them safe or what, I'm not sure. They kind of stuck together, which is neat. Why does this guy look skeezy? I thought he was smoking something, but it seems like he might be telling secrets. That's definitely Nichols. Nichols, you got shot. So then who's the one that would shoot him? And I think the guy... They don't all have guns, do they? And this guy died on the boat. The guy had hair. What if it's you? What if you were so mad at the fact that he framed this guy that he killed him? When they came back, especially when him and her were dead by the end of that. So they killed off the entire group of Formosans. He would be the last one alive. Which means... that, yeah, that's that guy. He was taken out. Let's go find the guy's name. Because I can only... This is the deduction that I'm making. That the last Formosan, the one who would be most angry about first killing off... the guy that's hanging up there. This is Chio Ten. He actually is the one that kills Nichols. Shoots him. That's my guess. Okay. So then let's go back. Let's go down to, I guess, murder. He's the only one who would be survived, but he would definitely be upset about Hawk Lake. Hawk. Oh, I cannot remember his name. Hawk something. Hawk something Lau. Anyway. He would be not there. Not there. Nichols. It's not unknown. Man, that's still not it. Or at least we don't have 3 of them. Unholy Captives. Is that the one? No. Is it Soldiers at Sea? No, that's with the crabs. Okay, we want to go back to. It's this one. Okay. The Calling. So he died. She. I don't think she was shot. Maybe she was shot. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be enough blood compared to everyone else who was shot. I think she was maybe. Was she torn apart? Torn apart or clawed? I feel like she was more clawed than anything else. I was correct. We got 3 more. That's 6 people we have figured out today. Oh. Yes. 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 Amazing. Oh my goodness. That feels good. Getting 6 people in one day and still having 15 minutes left. Let's see what else we can do. So you really do, and we still haven't even tapped this first chapter. That's crazy. We only have 2 memories of this guy on the page. This guy next to Syed. Oh no, this is another guy. So this is Syed. But then there's this guy. Syed he was a seaman. This is a he was crushed. Unfortunate. He fell down the stairs. Okay. Okay, so this guy. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else. Okay, let's see. Worry about yourself. Syed, get up, drink something. Bro is dying. Same as the other fellow, some lung disease. Will it spread? If so, we'd all have it. They must have picked up the last Scar house. Laudanum. He did not survive. He didn't. And then there's the cow. I wonder what the cow has to do with all of this. We at least know that a lot of these people have already or have died at this point. Well, from what we know, they all died in the back half of this book. We don't know how this guy goes though. That's rare because at this point we have how people died. He was crushed by the beast. Claude, yes, okay. All right, we have solved everyone almost. Oh. I feel like when we figure out who that first guy is that was with the first mate who got killed by the captain, when we figure out who that guy is, that'll replace this guy's name here. This guy was nowhere near that death. And then this guy, they were trying to escape. How can you do this? Let me go. Is the next one? Oh, they were trying to escape this. Oh, okay, I see what's happening now. Okay. So the part with the mermaids, this is right after the murder. This is after they're trying to take the treasure and go elsewhere. Nichols probably didn't let anyone know there was treasure on there. So when they find him again, they're like, he's like, I have treasure. And Chio is like, no, you don't, and shoots him. So this is right after they leave the place. And that's why they keep the Formosans with them and chained up, because they're now prisoners and he's been trying to get rid of them the whole time. I don't know if that's necessarily true. This guy, he has met an unknown fate. These two were also killers. They were also part of the firing squad. This is the guy that was right behind Nichols. That's Patrick O'Hagan, maybe. We don't have him correct. I don't think he was strangled. Maybe he was struck. Oh, nope. That's not what it being had. He doesn't have hoof or claws or anything like that. We'll keep it at unknown for now. But he was definitely tackled by it being, and yeah. Okay, so we know how she went, we know how he went, we know how he went. Honestly, feeling really good about this. I feel like we're so close to knowing him. Pick up the oars and rows, you fool. Miss Lim, stay down. Okay. He was part of the fire. Okay, this guy was not part of the firing squad. Okay, I'm 100% sure this is the guy that was creeping behind Nichols. And maybe that's why he was like, Nichols, sir, shoot them. Nichols, what is your position? You were second mate, right? If that's the case, second mate, then wouldn't you have a steward, second mate steward, Sam Galligan? Sam Galligan, you were right. No, because Nichols was. Let me get a face. Okay. Yeah, no, Nichols was over here, I think, somewhere in here. That's Nichols right there. So who are you? This is fine. Maybe we'll see him over here. Yeah, this is the guy that I was thinking. No, that still looks like Sam Galligan. Okay. I'm still sure. Okay. Okay, so Sam Galligan. He was maybe he was club punched, strangled, hard to tell. Maybe he was drowned. Maybe that's why he's not on the boat anymore. Drowned by it being is the what I was going for. O'Hagan. This has got to be O'Hagan then. If we're going off the assumption that the other one is Samuel Galligan, then O'Hagan, he's here, and he was speared by a terrible beast. We don't have so many people correct still, but that's fine. That's the trials of this game. I don't know if I'm going to play this next week. I don't know if I'm really like I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if this is entertaining to watch. I'm not having to watch it. I'm doing it, but I don't know if it's entertaining for anyone else. And I don't get as much feedback as I did in the Golden Idol or even Storyteller, which I thought they came up with extra stuff for Storyteller, but it turns out the guy I watch who plays a lot of these games, most of the time I'm not paying attention, I'm just listening, but he put out the entire playthrough of Storyteller, so I was confused. I was like, there's more, but no, it was just a full playthrough of his game, which is fine. I do wish there was more Storyteller. That was a very fun game. Okay, so then I don't even remember this dude. He was here. He's hanging out up here. He was... Okay, let's get out of the scene. We need to go back. Rooster. Okay, so there's that. Not him. I'm looking for the 3-body problem. Okay, there's this situation. I'm looking at the shadow. I'm like, what is this supposed to be? And what is this the shadow of? Is what I'm looking at, but I can't tell. Okay. We're going back to this person again. The Calling. Okay. So the guy that was over here that he pushed, I wonder if he did get thrown into the water and drowned. Let's go back further. If we can. Okay, so she's being chewed upon, or at least being clawed. This guy... Who are you? Either he was thrown to the side, or that's the guy that it being took down. It's hard to tell the color of his pants, because I was kind of going off of that. This seems to be Nichols still. So Nichols was fine. Unless that's Nichols. He's having a brown pants kind of day. He had a pipe. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job of keeping up with every person that was on this little voyage out. Like, that feels like that's Nichols because he's the one with the gun. And then there's O'Hagan. And then there's It Bing. And then there's this guy that it was immediately killed. He was the first one to be taken out. And then there's this guy who was the second one who was just pinpointed from the waving waters. And then she was being clawed at and chewed on. And he's being pulled in. This guy's the one that's being pulled in, but we don't know who he is. But he did show up pretty early in the book. He was last seen in The Calling, and maybe, well, we know everything that happens after The Calling. We've already uncovered all the books, or all the chapters, except the only thing we haven't uncovered is the first chapter. Like, who set off this curse? It's really the question. So that's either Nichols or this is Nichols. I think he has whitish pants. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's the one that's over here when they get close to the ship again. Like, I know this guy falls over, she's still here. And there's also another one that ends up in the boat here. There's just a lot of questions still. Let's start from here. I think since he's the first one, this should be interesting to look at again with kind of fresh eyes. Okay, so this is the boat.
Shut it up. This is strange things about monsters.
So he was translating. Well, was he translating? Someone knew a little bit of the language. So we have this guy that looks like Nichols. We have guy who gets pulled in. Guy who gets speared through the neck. And then we have it being this guy who gets speared. How did he die? Where did he go? And this is his steward. That is second mate steward right there. That is... Was he speared? Yes, he was. That's Samuel Galligan. He was not drowned. I still don't know how he's no longer here. But he wasn't drowned. I mean, I guess he was struck, but not really struck. He may have been shot with a gun by Nichols? No. Because he was tackled by him. I don't know. I'm at a loss. But that's a good time to stop. Because it is 10 o'clock. So, this has been a lot of fun. This has been real tough. But I'm glad we could all be part of this where we actually got 6 people correct. Um, maybe we'll play this next week. Maybe next week will be a different game. I have so many games to play. I don't know if any of them are interesting to watch. But we'll see. Thank y'all for coming, though. I appreciate y'all. I wanted some music. Um, this is such a fascinating game. To see everyone and they're still alive states right as everything's going wrong once again. Um, so good time. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think it was a pretty good stream. I'm glad we managed to figure things out, just sort of looking at things over and over again. Anyways, thank y'all for coming to the stream. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of your week. Um, on Thursday, Ramona the Gob is streaming again. She streams every Monday and Thursday. Um, Thursday is Kingdom Hearts Day, and Monday is other game. And so we'll go from there. Y'all should go. It's definitely very entertaining. Always have a good time. So have a good day, and I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye bye.